Everyday DK here with some everyday goodness. And you know what's good about tomorrow? I'll tell you what's good about tomorrow. It's the return of the Headbangers. Headbanger Mosh and Headbanger Thrasher to SmackDown live in Dallas, Texas. And it's going to be incredible. And I had some really great memories about these two characters, or gimmicks really, that I've always enjoyed. I always enjoyed their promos, and I always enjoyed their mock promos when they would pretend to be the voices of like whatever superstar would talk. They would do the voice of them and like say words and say things that like they wouldn't normally say. And that in particular was funny. They always added a little bit of humor into their work, and they worked very well. A few moves that I've always admired would have to be the stage dive, the mosh pit, and the hip attack, which they always did very well. And I always try to convince my friends to switch hands because one hand is tired. No, I always tried to convince my friends to dress up like the Headbangers with me and to do the whole hip attack thing. And sometimes they actually did do it, and I was quite thrilled to see them pull off some awesome moves. And dressing and buying the skirts and wearing the knee-high socks and the gray knee pads. I must have something else, but I'll move on. Anyway, and I always enjoyed Chaz Warrington as Mosh, as well as when he played Beaver Cleavage back in 1999 for a little bit until he left the the Worldwide Wrestling, the WWE, and back in 2001, and, well, actually, no, that was back in 1999, this is according to my memory right now, thinking to myself, back in 99, he was Beaver Cleavage, and in 2001, they had a short comeback, where they were like Hot Topic Gothic Headbangers, and they were in the Royal Rumble, I believe, back in like 2000. They were in the Royal Rumble, and then they had like another match later in 2001, and they were gone for 15 long and tedious years. And according to their Facebooks, they were returning to the WWE Squared Circle. And I already told you it's on SmackDown Live in Dallas, Texas. And you know, it's funny how we have to switch hands because one hand is tired. That's always funny. But this is always funny. What's always funny is that, well, I lost track of what I was talking about. Oh, you know what's funny? I'll tell you what's funny. I remember now. What's funny is that, you know, you're sitting at home, and you're watching Raw or SmackDown or some sort of pay-per-view or NXT or whatever it is, and most people never really cared where they were shooting from. Like, they don't, you know, talk to their friends the next day or the next day at work or school, whatever the case is, and they're just like, hey, did you see Raw? It was live from Chicago, Illinois. But today, I'm paying attention to where they're going to come back, because they're coming back in Dallas, Texas, SmackDown Live, USA Network, 8 o'clock, and it's going to be a doozy, and it's going to be fun. So, this is Everyday DK saying good night, and I hope they have a good fight. Psh, in your face! Yeah! Please subscribe.